Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another small brain pilot video. Today we're parked here at Kuala Lumpur International Airport Terminal 2 as we prepare for a flight across the ocean to the continent of Borneo, the island of Borneo, to Kota Kinabalu. This is a flight that I've recently done on holiday, so as per the rules of flight sim, I must do it in the flight sim, otherwise bad things will happen. So here we are ready for a walk around. Before we do the walk around, as I do the walk around, let me explain to you guys why there's been a bit of a hiatus at the channel. I've been gone on holiday. Like I said, I've been in Kota Kinabalu for the past 6 days, so obviously I couldn't record anything then. And before I went, I tried to record, but the flight sim was being flight simmy, and the recordings kept crashing on me, and for some reason I just couldn't figure it out why. But the good news is I think I found the culprit. It was the corrupted livery for the fly-by-wire A320, which was affecting all the aircraft for some reason. But I've since deleted the livery, and this was my first flight with that livery being deleted, and it went smoothly. So I think it's safe to assume that the problem is gone, but then if it does come back, there's going to be another mini hiatus as I try to figure it out. But with that being said, as we can see this magnificent vertical stabilizer here on this A320neo, which AirAsia flies, let me just tell you guys about the plane spotting I did also. I found a great spot near Kota Kinabalu airport, and I saw a lot of AirAsias come in and land and take off, and a lot of special liveries as well. So it was a really fun trip for me as an aviation enthusiast as well, and I've grown to like the AirAsia livery as well. So yeah. And right now I'm just concluding the walk around, just looking, appreciating the aircraft in all its glory. So with that being said, let's hop over and into the flight deck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the flight deck of this Airbus A320neo. So without any further ado, I'm gonna get started, get the aircraft ready for taxi and pushback. But I will see you guys when I'm ready for APU start. So with that being said, enjoy the time lapse of the startup. Alright, I have configured the aircraft where we are now ready for APU start, so we're going to just come up here, turn the master switch on, and turn on the starter, and then we're going to observe here. Once we have the APU available message on the ECAM, we'll be good to go. Alright, as we can see here on the ECAM, we have the APU avail message, so APU power is available. We can go up here and turn on the APU bleed and disconnect the external power. With that being said, we are ready for pushback. So ladies and gentlemen, I will get us pushback, and I will see you when we're ready for taxi. Hello folks from the flight deck, it's your captain speaking. We have pushed back and we are now ready for engine start. Yeah, I'm gonna stop doing that voice. Anyways, to start the engines, we flicked on the beacon light over there, switch this to ignition, the ignition to crank and start, and turn on the engine number 2 master switch. Once engine 2 has become available to us, we can do the same for engine number 1, just flick on the master switch. While we wait for engine number 1 to come online, we can set the flaps. Both engines are now online, so we can go up here and turn off the APU bleed and turn off the APU. Since our taxi lights are already on, I'm ready to taxi over to the runway, and I will see you guys there.
From other aircraft, we ask for your full attention to the flight attendants in front of you. This is your seat belt. To fasten, insert the metal tip into the buckle and tighten the belt by pulling on the buckle strap. To unfasten, lift the metal flap. Whenever the seatbelt sign is on, you must return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely. Should an oxygen mask like this drop from the compartment above your seat, immediately pull the mask firmly towards you. Place the mask over your nose and mouth with the headband tightly around your head and breathe normally. Place your own mask first before assisting others under your care. Your life vest is under your seat. To use it, slip it over your head like this.
We have made it here onto runway 15 where we're going to be taking off for the Kima 1 Charlie departure. With that being said, let me just turn on all the lights, all the landing lights, taxi lights, runway turn-off, strobes. Basically light up the aircraft as bright as it can be so even it can be seen from space. That's an exaggeration, but anyways, we've disconnected parking brake. With that being said, I'm going to raise the throttle to 50% and watch those engines come to life. With that being stable, set takeoff power, toga. Just trying to keep the aircraft here on the center line. The A320, again, a very small aircraft. Also my first flight back on the A320 ever since my long hiatus, so you know, if anything goes rough, don't blame me. Airspeed's building nicely. V1, rotate, gently pull back on the stick. We don't want to have a tail strike, or we don't want to sway off. This is why I love the flyby. Look how smooth that takeoff has been. Anyways, positive rate of climb, gear up. And we're just gonna adjust the autopilot here, make sure the auto throttle and the speed is good. Vertical climb, all that stuff's gonna be set now. And we're basically good to go until Kota Kinabalu. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy views of the takeoff. And I will see you guys again as we are on chart final at runway 02 at Kota Kinabalu. look to your right, you guys can see that is Mount Kinabalu right there, one of the tallest mountains in Southeast Asia, known as the Mount Everest of Southeast Asia. And I know all this because I just went to holiday there. Unfortunately, I could not climb the mountain because leg day is for pussies, and also it would have taken 2 days, and I had better things to do, like snorkeling. And I feel like, you know, the airplane spotting I did, there is a road somewhere where my cursor is right now, where we had lunch, and then that's from where I did the airplane spotting, which was beautiful. But anyways, here we are coming in on final on runway 02. So let's disconnect the autopilot and bring this aircraft in on our own, like the absolute chads we are. Autopilot landings are for absolute pussies, and mama ain't raised no female dog. Don't want to get demonetized. Not that I'm monetized right now, but you know, we're trying to keep it kid friendly here in case there's like the 12-year-old child who watches flight sim content off a flight of AirAsia from Kota Kinabalu, no, from Kuala Lumpur to Kota Kinabalu. Anyways, as you can see, beautiful approach here into Sabah, and the airport is on the water almost. Well, not really, but it looks like that. It's an approach similar to Doha, I would say, in terms of the runway being situated over a water body. But I think that's where the similarities end. As you can see, beautiful greenery here off to our right, and we don't want to deviate. I've been having really trouble with my center lines, so I really want to fix that with this landing. We're coming in nice and smooth onto the glide, so kind on the center line. And so far, so good. We are overland, as you can see that forest right there, just before the runway. Coming in a bit too low, just adjust that.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
And touchdown. And you know when the GPWS calls out 5, it is an absolute buttery butter landing. Like, it cannot get more butter than that. Fairly decent center line as well. We're just engaging the reverse thrusters, slowing down, manual braking now, disengage the reverse thrusters under 60 knots. So, this is where I would usually say I would cut to the landing shots, but like this is post commentary, I know I messed up. I did not record the landing. Well, I did record the landing externally, but the flight recorder, it just deleted the file. Like, the file just doesn't exist. So I don't have any way of showing you guys a replay for that beautiful landing. I apologize for my absolute El Bozo moment with not recording that beautiful landing. But anyways, we've made it here to the gate at A5. So APU I already turned on as we were taxiing. So we can disconnect the engines, and the engine should be coming offline now. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's flight from Kuala Lumpur to Kota Kinabalu. Flight time today was around roughly 2.5 hours. Cruising altitude was 37,000 feet, which I found quite high for such a short hop. But anyways, you know, I'm not going to question the Simbri. It knows more than me. I did this flight in real life as well. It was a pretty sunny, smooth landing, just like it has been in the flight sim. And Sabah was a beautiful place, and I urge everybody to come visit Malaysia, come visit Sabah if you get the opportunity to do so. But as you can see now, I'm connecting the jetway to the aircraft, preparing to deboard. Another thing I noticed in Sabah, the turnaround time for the aircraft there was insane. Like, we were at the gate within minutes, and I mean, the aircraft came at the gate within minutes and it was ready to go again within 20 to 30 minutes, which is, I find, really nice. But anyways, as you can see, Kota Kinabalu International Airport, we've made it here successfully to Sabah. Hopefully everyone has a good day. If you have any suggestions, comments, improvements, leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.